Hey YouTube, Magic Gecko 135 back up in here. I know it's been a while. Uh, Things have been crazy with school. Finals are coming up, but I decided to come make this video. As you might tell, I'm pretty sick right now. My voice is kind of weird. I'm home from school today, dressed in my jammies. So I figured what a better time to make a video when I'm home from school, sick. So yeah, let's get into it. I promise this review. This is Eminem, the Marshall Mathers LP. All right. So the public service announcement. Hold up. The public service announcement is the public service announcement 2000 is a track. I think it's the intro track to the album. It's kind of a funny track. It says, Slim Shady does not give a fuck what you think. You can kiss his ass. Yeah. Kill You is my second favorite song on the album. It's about him growing up with his mom, family struggles growing up. Yeah, I love that song. 10 out of 10. I give public service, and I just skip that track, so I don't really rate it. Stan, that's one of his most famous songs on this album. It's a good song. It's about the stalker fan. I already reviewed that on my Curtain Call the Hits album review. It's about a stalker fan who eventually gets too far and he kills himself and his wife. I love that song. I give it a 9 out of 10. Paul, it's basically a skit where this guy, Paul, calls him up and is like, Eminem, your album is, it's okay. It's just a skit. It's like 30 seconds. Who Knew? It's a song saying, like, he never realized that, like, his influence would be that powerful on people. Like, the stuff he said and things would never be as powerful as they were. Like he was saying, like, who knew that if I said I was going to kill someone, the people would actually go out and kill them? Who knew if I said I was actually going to murder my wife, that someone would think about murdering their wife or do it, I mean, that's a good song. 9 out of 10. Steve Berman, it's another skit. Steve Berman in this album was basically his manager, and he calls Eminem in his office and it's like, yo, I can't put this album out because you're weird and you talk about, like, killing queers and raping women, blah, blah, blah. Dr. Dre's album was so successful because he rapped about bitches and money and weed. Anyway, it's a true thing. It's probably 6 out of 10. All right, then that song goes straight into The Way I Am, which is one of my favorite Eminem songs. It's probably like my fourth on the album for a favorite song. It's a song that, yeah, it talks about, like, he is who he is and he's not going to change that for anybody. And I really think that he has some dope rhymes in the song. He does some interesting word plays and everything. Check that song out, 10 out of 10. The Real Slim Shady is my, let's see, third favorite song on this album. It used to be my first, but I got songs that I like better. It's talking about, he's the only real Slim Shady and that everybody else is faking. And, yeah, it talks about that stuff. So I give that song a 10 out of 10, though. Remember Me? It's a kind of a funky song. It's featuring RBX and Sticky Fingers. It's kind of a funky song. His voice is deep. I don't know how they did that. It's like an effect on his mic, but it's like "Remember Me." I actually really don't like that song. I skip it usually when I'm listening to it. I give it a 5 out of 10. "I'm Back" is my favorite song on this album. Talks about how he's back from, because he released his first album and then now he's back, and he talks about, like, it's just kind of a goofy song. He's not really rapping about much. He just talks about, who Eminem is, who the Slim Shady persona is, blah, blah, blah. That song gets like an 11 out of 10 because I fucking love that song. The Marshall Mathers song, or just Marshall Mathers, it's a slower song. It's a ballad with a guitar. Talks about how he's only human. He's not like what everybody looks down at him like to be the super, like Superman pretty much. He's just Marshall Mathers, just a human being. Give that song 9 out of 10. Canif. It's just another skit. I usually skip it. Just yeah, drug ballad. It's a song about his drug addiction, basically, and what he was on at the time and period that he recorded this album. I like this song. 7 out of 10. Amityville is a cool song talking about just Amityville, basically. I give that a 7 out of 10. Bitch Please 2. It's one of my favorite songs on this album. Features Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, Exhibit, and Nate Dogg. Um, it's like kind of like just a crazy song. I like it. I give it a 7 out of 10. Kim, my I'd say fifth favorite song on this album. Um, excuse me. Like I said, I'm sick. Kim, it's a song about murdering his wife, honestly, and he talks about like all the shit that Kim put him through, and then how he resents that, and that he hates her, and with all his heart and all this stuff. It's an awesome song. You give that a 10 out of 10. Under the Influence is another song about his drug addiction. It features D12. Um, I like this track. It's a good song. Well, it's okay. 7 out of 10. Criminal is my sixth favorite song on this album. It talks about how like people always ask him questions about why he makes his music, and that like he feels that like since everybody like accuses him, he pretty much feels like a criminal because people accuse him of like why people are violent and stuff with his lyrics, which I think is bullshit because Eminem is not a criminal. He probably did some hardcore shit back in the day, but not anymore. Anyway, okay, this picture of him. I'm not. If you want to see the booklet and everything in this album, just go watch my unboxing. I really don't feel like showing that today. Overall rating of this album, I give it a 10 out of 10. It's my favorite Eminem album of all time. My second favorite album is the Slim Shady LP, and my third is the Eminem Show. My fourth, I'd probably say, is Relapse. And my fifth is probably Encore. My sixth is probably Relapse. Yeah, I'd say that. It's a good order. But anyway, check this album out. The Marshall Mathers LP by Eminem. The best rap album ever, in my opinion. I love it. It's a masterpiece. 10 out of 10. Peace, YouTube.